In today's lesson, we're going to talk about reported speech. What is reported speech? Reported speech is when we tell someone what another person said. Okay, so somebody tells us something, and then we tell others what another person said to us. How can we tell someone what another person said? Okay, for example, this is from Joe to Andy. I work in Jakarta. Then maybe Andy later wants to tell somebody else what Joe said to him. And then how can Andy tell people what Joe said to him? Okay, Andy to Emily. Joe said, I work in Jakarta. So this is direct speech. This is from Andy to Laura. Joe said that he worked in Jakarta. So here there is no quotation. And there's something changes here. There's something that changes. Okay, so this is the reported speech or indirect speech. What can we report? The first is statements. We can report a statements. We can report questions, either yes or no questions or questions with a question word. And requests and orders. For example, I love the Toy Story films. So this is a statement from somebody. And then if we want to report this statement to someone else, we can say, she said she loved the Toy Story films. So here there's a change in the verb. Love becomes loved. Okay? The second example. I work as a waiter before becoming a chef. And then we change it into reported speech. He said he had worked as a waiter before becoming a chef. Okay, so this is a statement. The second, questions. We can also report questions to someone else. The first is yes or no questions. In yes or no questions, we use if or whether to report the question. For example, are they going to the El Clasico match? This is the reported question. He asked me if they were going to the El Clasico match. Here we have if. And then we have verb change from are to were, from present to past. The second example. Are you the Spider-Man, Peter? She asked me whether I was the Spider-Man. So this is the report from Peter. Let's continue to questions with question words. In what, where, why, who, when, or how questions, we use the question word to report the question. Let's look at the example. What time does the train leave? So here, the question is what? In order to report, we still need to use the question word. He asked me what time the train left. The same, what time? But we changed the verb. What time does the train leave? This is in the present. The train left. It's in the past. Second example. Why did you get out of Real Madrid? We asked him why he had got out of Madrid. This is past tense. So we changed that into past perfect. Why he had got out of Madrid. Still, we need the question word. And then we have subject, he, and then had got it. This is the verb. Okay? So that's the difference. This is a statement and this is a question. Let's continue to requests and orders. Please help me. So this is the direct. And then this is the indirect or reported speech. She asked me to help her. Could you bring my book tonight? She asked me to bring her book that night. So here we have to help. Okay? In requests and orders, we usually use to infinitive to report what we want to report. Here we have a backshift in the reported speech. So what is backshift? Backshift means changes. There's a change in reported speech. Change in tenses, change in pronouns, and change in time and place. Now let's start with change in tenses. Okay, from present simple, I like ice cream. This is the direct speech. So the report speech will be, she said that she liked ice cream. So this is from present simple to past tense. Present continuous. I'm living in London. She said that she was living in London. Okay, so this is present continuous becomes past continuous. She was living in London. Past simple. I bought a car. She said that she had bought a car, from past simple to past perfect. Okay, more. We also have modal here like will, would, can, could, shall, should. So this is the example of the changes in tenses. Pronouns, changes in pronouns. Okay, we also need to change the pronouns. I enjoy working in my garden. So we have pronoun I and my here. I as the subject and my possession. So we change it. Bob said that he enjoyed working in his garden. So from I into he and from my into his. So the change in pronouns. The second example, we played tennis for our school. Okay, so here Alina told me that they had played tennis for their school. Okay, we into they and our into their. Okay, so that's pronouns. The third one, time and place. Okay, so here we have now, we change it into then, today, that day, here, there, this, that, tomorrow, the following day, the next day, or the day after. So we can use either one. Examples and sentences. I leave for New York tomorrow. So this is the direct speech. She said that she would leave for New York the next day. Okay, can you see this? We change the tenses, will live into would live. And then we also change the time, tomorrow, into the next day. Next week, the following week. Yesterday, the day before. Last week, the previous week. Ago, before. A few days ago, a few days before. Tonight, that night. Okay, so that's the change in time and place. All right, I think that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.